a shameless plug. My website's called www.court-corruption.com. And if you don't know how to spell court or corruption, and you don't know what a hyphen is, and you're here on a date, don't ask your date. But, so I write about bad judges and like Susan Weaver. And so if I'm not here next week, it's probably because I committed Arkansas suicide and shot myself in the back of the head. But, you know, all legal things are really exacting, and like a comma could make a difference. So like the Supreme Court, which is like 9 of the most powerful and supposedly smartest people in the country, wrote 13 pages on a case called Facebook that was the placement of a comma. So I just thought I would show you all this. You can't read it. It says sex, 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 worry, worry, worry. And does anyone know how to punctuate this? Anybody? Okay, you guys are like really quiet. So it's sex, period, sex, no period, worry, worry, worry. That's it. All right, here's the class. So yeah, I got interested in law a long time ago. I was about 30, and there was this old lady, and she was like 2 years younger than I am now. And her name was Phyllis, and she was a really conservative white lady. I guess that's redundant. And she was 60, and her husband, she was broke, and her husband was broke, and he died. And so she was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't have any money. And it's 2 years before I get Social Security. And this is true. And so I don't know how she did it. Back then, you couldn't just buy weed and, or, you know, so you have back problems and buy weed. So she gets this gig where she's gonna drive a car from LA to Chicago, and they're gonna give her $20,000 and the car, and all she has to do is bring like 600 pounds of weed in the trunk. So she drives all the way out there, and she gets all the way out to Chicago and makes a left turn without coming to a stop. Please pull her over. He looks in the back seat, and there's 2 suitcases. And he's like, why is your car sitting so low in back and your suitcases are up front? So he made her pop the trunk, and she went to jail.
Ouch.
And yeah, you know, and here she is, this old white lady in jail. Her first day, she gets there and everybody's eating lunch, and someone stands up and says 15 and everybody laughs. Someone else stands up and says 45 and everybody laughs. She says to her cellie, I don't get it. You know, why is everybody laughing? And she goes, well, there's only so many jokes, so here's a list, and she studied it, goes back at dinner, and someone stands up and says 142 and everybody laughs. She stands up and says 15, dead silence. It's kind of like this room. So she says 48, nobody laughs. She says, I don't understand it. They stand up, say a number, everybody's like rolling on the floor. I stand up, say a number, nothing. Well, not everybody knows how to tell a joke.
Everybody! Very well done.